yeah, I am pretty cheap. And then Riley was like,
I was like, you're not cheap. You just used to be broke. What's up, everybody? Welcome back. I'm starting the video today. So we're going to have a fun, just free-flowing conversation about being cheap. I think this relates to everybody, whether you're an entrepreneur, a trader, just when to be cheap, what does it even mean to be cheap, and yeah, who's more cheap between the two of us?
COVID. Sorry.
This was something that we were talking about last weekend. So
and I was like, oh, this is a good video concept.
Yeah, we were just getting into it, so we thought we would talk in front of the camera and share it with you guys.
Because I think you guys will find some value. So if you enjoy the conversation, make sure you give us a thumbs up and subscribe. So for me, being cheap, I think always goes back to my parents, right? Because I think for all of us, like the people who raise us, show us like where to spend money and what the definition of money means. And now actually, as I'm thinking about it, you got the wheels turning, Rye. There's that video of Grant Cardone. Like he used to say all the time, he was like, he would have these sentences. Money is the root of all
evil.
Right. Rich people are naturally
greedy.
Right. See, like those innate answers that you have, he would go around and he would ask people that question. And he's like, look at the way that you're initially, as a kid, taught to look at money. So in the same way, we should think about like how we're initially conditioned to think about being cheap and where to be cheap. And I think a lot of us are conditioned poorly because...
Well, those aren't my natural conditioned responses. I just know that that's what you wanted me to say.
Okay. She wanted
this
that.
Is where the conversation gets interesting.
She wanted that on the record. Right.
Yeah. Back to traders. So I feel like traders that are watching this, they're probably like, what the hell? How is this relevant to me? But as a trader, I feel like as you start seeing gains, profits, consistently winning, sometimes I feel like it can get easy to then get sucked in that rabbit hole of, well, now I need to spend because I see all these people on social media. They've got these flashy cars, these watches, these everything, these flames on my car, whatever it is that toots their horn. Mm. And in that case, I feel like you definitely have to have a good measure level of like, all right, where do I need to be cheap and where is it okay to indulge a little bit?
Right.
So where do you think that you are actually cheap? Since we know I'm the cheap one of the two of us, where are you cheap?
I don't know exactly where I'm cheap, but I pay attention to my costs in everything that we do with the business. Like I try to monitor how much we're spending on ads and how much we're going to spend on this event and this product and this, like, you know what I mean? I try to monitor my costs so that I'm still making money. So I don't know if that, like, that's the first thing that comes to mind. But then, like, being cheap, like, I used to be worse, where, like, if we were planning an event, I would order cheaper t-shirts to save money. I definitely would, that would be, like, 19, 20-year-old Austin. But now I'm 26 almost. So now I'm more mature. And now I understand.
Cheap for you is like the last live event that we did where you didn't necessarily think like the name tags, like the extra marketing stuff was necessary. And I'm like, no, this is a time where you don't really want to be cheap because this is your business.
But this is why we work together, because I'm just like, yo, these people are coming for the value of the content and the trading stuff, not the fucking name tags. You know what I'm saying? but that's the truth.
But it adds to it.
I think I just kicked the cat. She was underneath me. Yeah. I know it does, and I've learned that from you, and it's made us better and made ASFX better. So I've learned that. I think I'm cheap too sometimes in like, I don't know. I just feel like I'm better now at saving. Not so much that I'm cheap in anything. I'm just better at saving than I've ever been.
Well, that's a good thing.
Yeah.
That's not really like.
I mean, if I wasn't, we would maybe have to start like an OnlyFans and start making money that way or something like that. Like all these rappers that can't make any money during coronavirus. If you don't save, then how are you going to be able to handle times like this? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, it's true. I really think that. So you need the war chest.
So, okay, as a trader, let's try and bring this back to trading. Where do you feel like it's good to not be cheap?
In your education. Like, and your self-development.
Yeah, you definitely, actually, you were not cheap at all when it came to your education and books and learning.
Spent a lot of money on books.
Yeah, you did.
And courses and stuff.
Yes, you did.
Yeah. So, like, no, definitely can't be cheap on that because it's self-improvement and it's going to pay off. Even if it's a stupid course, then at least you learn what not to do. Like, it's still learning something. So it's like, even if the book doesn't teach you too much, it's still value because you learn what you don't like or whatever. There's still a lesson to pull. So that stuff is invaluable. Like, you can always learn from that. So can't be too cheap on that. And then with the trading stuff, I think you have to like prioritize. Like everybody thinks you have to buy like screens and the best computer. You really don't. Like you just don't.
Yeah.
MetaTrader 4 runs on like PC on like a basic $600 laptop, probably even cheaper than that. So you really don't need the most complicated thing to be able to make money trading.
I feel like that's like all the people though, like that goes down a whole different route of people that think they need all the newest, best
It doesn't make
equipment
you a better
to enhance
trader.
their performance.
No.
And right, it's
Mm-mm.
like if you can't trade, your new fancy screens aren't gonna help you.
No.
They're just
And
not.
it's cool to be like I've learned that. I've known that. I've heard that for a long time, and I've lived through like I'd say 2 maybe 3 years of understanding that, and like living through that understanding and making less trades, making more money, and making better trading decisions overall. It's like it's super powerful. It's like, why would you think, and I did think that like the computer would make a difference, or how many charts I can look at once would make a difference. Like, no, that's just going to distract me from making really good trading decisions. It
Yeah.
does.